Hello, and welcome back to episode, I think 12 by now, of the Pitchmasters. I'm joined with Benzini Breaks and Tyler Gryphon. Gryphon collects for the second time. We actually recorded this episode like a week and a half ago. The footage corrupted, so we're back again. And we did a nice little deep dive into Tyler, asked him a lot of questions, but we're not going to cover any of the same stuff we did the first time. We're going to switch it up, have more of a conversation. Today was a historic day. For one, Messi won the Ballon d'Or for the 8th time. Bonmati taking down the women's Ballon d'Or. But even more historic than that is the man we are joined with, Gryphon, the guy who has thousands of followers on Whatnot and on Instagram. He's ripping case after case, pulling banger after banger, pulling R9 Ronaldo and CR7 Ronaldo out of 25 autographs in the same double case break. By the way, the craziest two cases of finds I ever witnessed in my life.
Yeah, that was something.
Coming off a massive stream of 100 repacks for the Halloween edition.
That was
it's
insane,
Gryphon
man.
Collects. Round of applause, Benzini, for Gryphon for joining us for a second time.
What a legend.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you guys, man.
He's blushing,
That was crazy. That was crazy. That night was probably the best stream of my life, not going to lie. Thank you all for anyone who's watching and who came into that chat, that stream that night, because that was just something else, man. We ripped both cases of finest and then went straight into the Halloween mystery packs and did all 100 in one go. It was madness. And I hope you guys enjoyed them too. Shout out to Benzini here and Sean. They both hopped in and got a pack as well. I know Sean got a really good one. He got a Vinny Jr. auto, and I can't remember was it like a Dino or something like that was the second card?
Neymar PSA 10.
It was a Neymar PSA 10 slab. That's right. I think Benzini might have gotten a little bit shafted on that one.
It's okay. I'm going to see if they're gradable. If they're gradable, who knows? Maybe I could make money off it. I'm definitely going to look at the Saka because it's the foil fractor. So it has like a nice design. And I don't know about the Sunny. Maybe I'll send it in. I mean, if they get PSA 10s, we're chilling.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, dude, those packs were a ton of fun to put together. Definitely challenging. A lot of hours went into that, but I'm happy that it worked out the way that it did. I mean, honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better stream that night. It was just insane.
I'm sure the people want to know. The people want to know, how long did it take you to accumulate all of those cards?
It took me about, I would say collectively 5 months. Because, like, I was buying for, like, 5 solid months. I still have more cards. Like, that's the crazy thing is I still have a giant box of cards behind me that I haven't shown anyone. I haven't done a single stream in a while. I haven't shown anyone, but I have an insane amount of cards still with me. And I probably dropped, like 7K just buying slabs, cards, like, anything I could find that I thought people would enjoy and like. A lot of like Garnacho, Hollands, some Cravaras, a lot of Vinny, Pedri, like the main players. But yeah, man, it was a ton of fun. Took a lot of time, a lot of hours, a lot of energy. Shout out to my wife for hanging in there and helping me out with it. If you guys didn't see the boxes, she designed it for me. They came out sick, sick,
she
man.
Smashed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely killed it.
Yeah. I was going to say, not only were they designed by her, but she also had an active part in the stream that night, picking boxes for for the people jumping in and taking down some mystery packs. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah,
they left it in her hands. Yeah.
For a lot of people, yeah. And she picked some really good packs for people, too, to be honest. There was one guy that bought 18 total packs, and he killed it as well, man. Honestly, I'd be surprised if he didn't end up, like, making more money than what he put in on that, because he hit, I think, like, 3 or 4 of like some of like the top chasers where like you're 100% making money on the packs regardless, and then he hit a lot that were like right at the money of what it was. It was like 79 a pack. It wasn't like crazy, but definitely worth it. Definitely a ton of fun. He enjoyed it. My wife enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
You were having a good ass time. I could feel it.
We were vibing that night, man. Vibing. It was insane.
Yeah, it was absolute scenes between the cases and then going into the repacks.
Yeah.
It was just nuts. And I will say, to both of you guys, Ben and Gryphon, it's cool to see that, we talk a lot about in the community about the whole repack mentality. It's nice to see sort of some of the boys redefining sort of the repack scene from the disasters that do take place on Whatnot and other streaming sites. So to see you guys with your comps to the T, to the averages, the ceilings, the floors, like super precise. It's just awesome to see because it almost seemed like every pack was just a juicer and like you just couldn't go wrong jumping it. So definitely probably one of the best repacks I've seen. So I'm excited already.
And it was really good value, especially for your end. It was relatively affordable. Like less than $100. So like, you're gonna get pretty much your money back, if not probably 50% at worst. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you're breaking, like we talked before, like you're not even guaranteed 50% back. You're probably
Right.
at best getting like 25% back. So, with wax going up and no releases coming out, maybe the repacks are the move now, Griff.
They might be, man. One thing that this is one thing that I really struggled with was pricing, because I was like, when I first bought all these cards, I was like, I don't want to make more than like a $59 pack or something like that. It ended up being $79, but I'm glad I did, because I talked with Escon, I talked with Hodge, I talked with a couple other people as well, and I was like showing them kind of like what I had, and they were like, dude, just throw in like more cards, or like, higher value cards, up the price a little bit. And it panned out. Hodge, actually, I bought the Color Blast Zidane and the CR7 slab off of him, and he definitely hooked it up, man. He gave me a great deal on some of those cards that you guys saw in there. A couple other people I bought some individual slabs from, like there was a Jude, Purple Wave PSA 10 slab in there. So there was a lot of cards that I like handpicked and put in there specifically because I knew people were gonna like lose their shit over it. And I'm glad that they did. I think everyone was happy, man. Like, zero complaints. It was just a good time. And in all honesty, looking back, because I basically about broke even. Like, I might have made like a little bit, but it wasn't anything crazy, especially after those boxes. Y'all know how much boxes cost. For anyone who doesn't know, man, those boxes cost. They were expensive. But dude, in all honesty, man, I would do it again. I need a little bit of a gap before doing it again. It was a lot.
Yeah, you sold 100 in one. You must have been like just. Like, you must have been a little mule just packaging for like 8, 9. It probably took you like 3-4 hours to package all that.
More, because I had that, and then I also had the break.
You had the break too. Wow.
I had to do the finest break, the 2 cases of finest I had to package, and then I also had to do all the mystery packs. And we got them all out pretty much on Friday, Saturday, and then I had some friends come in town, so there's like a few stragglers for people who like I forgot to make like a whatnot label for or something like that. But dude, overall, man, absolutely killed it, smashed it. Everyone had a great time. Literally could not have asked for it to go any better than it did. And the cool part was that the main chasers were down to like the last, I'd say like 25 packs or something like that. And you guys know, as soon as like the main chasers go, people are like questioning like,
is there still gas left? Yeah.
Yeah, there was definitely gas left. There was one of my favorite cards in there was like the Julian Alvarez Cracked Ice to 23. Oh, yeah, I don't know why. Sweet. Just one of my favorite cards that I put in there. Can't remember who got that, but overall, man, absolute great time. But yeah, man, just moving along.
Yeah, no, that was such a sick night. And this, Ben, when you were having technical difficulties, I brought this question, but I want to bring it up again. We were talking about sort of the ratio between, I guess, like, the price of wax and the return, essentially, on the wax. And now that finance is coming to its end point, not quite yet, because Gryphon has a 4-caser coming up this weekend. So check that out if you're looking to take down some finest spots. But finest is one of those products where it may just be, I'm curious about both of your opinions. We talked briefly about what's the best value, best return product of the year. And where does Finest rank in that? Because I just opened up for the first time in a while EPL H2 Breakaway the other day, and I am appalled as to the return on those boxes. You get 5 numbered cards and an auto, almost every box, all numbered under 99 and less, down to 1 of 1. And they are like half the price of like EPL Prism Hobby. So for me, that's in my top 3 of like best valued products all year. What do you guys think Finest ranks? Obviously, when I look at the cases like the other night, when you have those hot cases, it's like you can easily be at 100% easily, right?
Yeah.
But what do you guys think? What else do you put in that list, and kind of just Finest to make like top 1 or 2 for you this year, or no?
I think at release, it was obviously the pricing was a lot better, but now it's gone up probably like $200-300 case, which makes it like almost like not even attractive to rip, because people want to pay less than what originally they were paying at release. So like it's like almost not that valuable from a like value standpoint anymore, in my opinion. But at release, it was probably number 1.
I would go ahead.
No, you please.
I was gonna say I primarily agree for the most part. I still think like at this time right now, it's still probably like top one, top two, in my opinion. Looking around, so I've never ripped the H2 Prism. Interesting that you brought that up because I was looking at buying a case and I was like, I don't know that anyone would really be into it. But now that you mentioned that, I might go check that out. But yeah, man, I don't know if you guys saw, but Finest sold out at Tops recent, like this past week. So pricing was already kind of moving up. Now they're upwards of 1,400 plus if you can find.
With taxes, fees, shipping, all
Exactly.
that.
So it adds up. Thankfully, I bought 10 cases a week and a half ago, right before Top sold out and right before pricing like went to the moon. So I got my last 10. I think this is gonna be it. I don't know that I can keep ripping Finest forever, but I got the last 10 at a pretty decent price. Under like the 1,300 mark all in per case. So really happy about that. And after that, man, I don't know what else I'm going to be ripping. I was going to ask kind of like what you guys thought about like going back to other products this year because Finest has been it for the past like what month now or something like that.
I think it's had like the longest like post-release
window,
hype.
yeah,
like window
Sure.
to say.
Yeah. Almost probably because, I mean, when we were in the heart of like April and everything, though, there was like a new select every 2 weeks, so you didn't get enough breathing time to finish off EPL select before everybody was into FIFA or La Liga or whatever the hell it was. So, I mean, when I think about this calendar year specifically, I think Stadium Club actually kind of has reached its end. A lot of the big autos have been hit, a lot of the duels. But products like Merlin with the match balls that are still out there, Messi match balls, Holland's, that's always going to be a great product. I personally love the older stuff like the old selects, the old Donrus's. So that's definitely what I'm going to be ripping this winter. But I don't know, Ben. How about you, man? What do you think? What's like the best from the calendar year if you were to go back to something?
The best product at release.
Not at release. No, just the best product. The best product.
The best product.
Yeah.
Was 22-23 Donruss.
Okay.
Because you could get Messi autos, Mbappe autos, Holland autos, CR7 autos. You could get the whole gang of autos. They didn't have any dual autos, but the fact that you were able to get a Messi base auto and an Mbappe base auto and a CR7 base auto, no other products this year provided that.
I actually never got the chance to rip Donruss this year, so that is one product I've been like trying to find, but it's so hard to find it at a good price because they were all like 4K plus for a case, and yeah, man, that is one product I wish I got my hands on this year, and I never did, unfortunately. I would say like I want to get back into FIFA Select. In all honesty, I know it's still like expensive for the amount of cards that have already been hit, like the one of ones and everything, but man, it is like. It's one of those products that you open and you're just excited to open it because of like the potential there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I would say like I was going to ask you guys this as well. What are like we talked about like value, but like what are your top 2-3 products this year? Like just period, the end. Like price point doesn't matter. Yeah. And for me, it'd probably be like I would probably say FIFA Select. I had a blast with Serea Select, man, on release. That was insane. Chasing Cravara, chasing the CR7s. We pulled that like out of 3 CR7, just like madness. And then I'd probably say like either Merlin or not Stadium Club. Merlin or Finest have probably been like my top two or three this year. But what about you guys?
My favorite, like the rush that you get from ripping FIFA Select is like none other. Just like knowing that all the hits are low numbered, hunting the Messi, Ronaldo, Holland, Mbappe, and they've got some good rookies in there too. Like Alvarez is in there, and then you also got Colomwani. So I think like if there was no price point involved, I'd rip either FIFA Select or National Treasures from World Cup, the last year. I would. It's not part of this year's like calendar year, but. I'm giving it like a celebrity shot in the list, and I had some crazy pulls from Stadium Club. I was probably part of the reason of the demise that nobody wanted to rip it anymore because we pulled an out of 5 dual auto of CR7 and Messi. But honestly, that product, if like there just wasn't so much base, like there's 6 cards per pack, then I'd think about getting more. But it's like. It's just everything has just gone up post release, so I'd probably say number 1 FIFA, For me, number 2 Stadium Club, and then number 3 Finest.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm just like a Premier League fiend. So EPL Select and Prism were like probably my favorite. I think in 5 cases of EPL Prism, I pulled 5 Holland autos. So that's what that's what did it for me. One of them out of 99. So that was pretty sick. Those were definitely my top 2. Just love ripping those products. Also, I forgot to mention this. In addition to that crazy night you had with the mystery packs and the 2 cases, you also pulled a 1-of-1 patch auto of Dybala in a break that you had joined that you weren't even watching because you were streaming, correct? Yeah, this
Yes,
is after
sir.
you just bought. When we recorded last time, you had just purchased the 1-of-1 Dybala that Benzini had hit in one of his streams, the Super.
Hey, hold up. I got it right here, actually. Funny, man, that you mentioned that. I got it right here. This is the 1-of-1 Dybala. I bought from someone that hit it in Benzini stream, which was insane. So I was happy to snag that. I've had a lot of good hits recently, man. I got this 1-of-1 Obsidian with Kank. Shout out Kanks, man. He definitely came in clutch on that. But yeah, man, I still participate in breaks myself, just so everyone knows. Like, people ask me all the time, like, as a breaker, do you fuck, of course, man. It's hard not to. I still chase players myself. You know, Dybala is my main chase. He always will be as long as he's in the sets for the most part, man. And I'm always looking to pick up some low number Dybala.
Yep. Reach out to Gryphon if you have any Dybala you want to
Yeah,
sell.
man.
So that's your PC individual player, but I'm going to transition here to the beloved team. We talked a lot about how you went overseas to watch Chelsea early in the year in the last episode.
Yes,
I keep going back to that. We won't cover that all over again, but let's look into the future. Next Monday, November 6th, Tottenham versus Chelsea on Monday. Gryphon, talk to me. Given the pace of Chelsea, you know, you had this game against Arsenal where they're up 2-0, should have been a win. Seems like they're getting the momentum back, and then they play Brentford, and it's back to the sort of the typical woes of Chelsea from previously this year. Do you think there's any chance against Tottenham, or do you think, given their form, it's going to be a tough one?
It's a tough question to answer coming from you as a Tottenham fan yourself, but I think we both know what the answer is, right? Like, the best result I'm gonna hope for, man, is just a tie. Like, straight up, I'll hit like a 1-1 tie. Like, that's my prediction. Fingers crossed. Like, I think once we get a lot of our players back and fully fit, things will start popping off a little bit more. But for now, man, it's gonna be a struggle bus for sure. Yeah, we saw that this past weekend. Definitely not the result any of us wanted, any Chelsea fans. But overall, man, I think with Pochettino in charge, things are going to be good long term. Just a lot of young players, a lot of inexperience, a lot of work to do. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, we're going to smoke you guys this next match day, but I'll hope for the draw. We'll take the 1 point.
I mean, I'm worried just about, like, you know, facing Pochettino just because it's Pochettino. Even if he hasn't been good enough this year, his links to the clubs previously just put so much weird pressure on the game that if there's any time for Tottenham to bottle it, it's like now, because historically we were shit against Chelsea. So, honestly, and I have way too many Chelsea friends. So, like, for my own personal sanity, I cannot stomach a loss on November 6th. Because my phone will be blowing up for days on end from guys like Dingle. I trust you, Gryphon, a bit more. You know, I know you'll give me a few messages, but Dalsheep, if you're watching, Dalsheep, fook you, and you can't message me if if they win. All right, but
he's the menace.
Yeah, he's definitely the menace. So, all right, sweet. Benzini, have any thoughts?
I do have one question for you, Griff, and you are probably not going to be prepared for it.
All right,
but how often are you getting your hair cut, bro? I mean, that head of hair is just immaculate.
Look at that hairline.
Bro.
Immaculate, bro.
Oh, man. Full head of hair, man. Yeah, every 3-4 weeks, man, if you really want to know.
3-4
I actually
weeks.
just got my hair cut this past Friday, and I told him, I was like, don't cut it too short, because I have a podcast to do on Monday. And I was like, I gotta be looking good for it. So, yeah, man, he did a good job.
Yeah, is this the proper face reveal? We talked about that. Is this like the most formal version of a face reveal? All right, sweet.
Pretty much, man. I think I've accidentally shown my face on stream like a couple times starting it up. I had to get a new phone for like the stream, and like first time I like pop it up and it's like, it's me, and then it's just like, oh, What's up, guys? I flip it around real quick, but outside of that, no, this is me. My name is Tyler. Y'all know me as Gryphon Collects, man. This year has been insane, to be honest, though, guys. Like, I started in really at the end of March, like breaking, streaming, like all that stuff. You know, we talked about this a little bit last time, but I started doing it individually, like ripping packs, ripping the World Cup packs, and we talked about it last time. I'm gonna show it on stream. My beloved Green Wave Lionel Messi.
Iconic. So iconic.
Do you think it's the only one of its kind?
It's a pop one. No one else has found one. I haven't seen one anywhere else in the world or on the internet, which is crazy. I don't know how many of them are out there, but to say I have the only one that's available is pretty cool. But yeah, man, it's been crazy. I got that Lionel Messi like within 30 World Cup blaster box packs from Walmart, like out of all things.
That'll suck you in real quick.
Man, right after that, it was just to the moon with me, like picking up cards and getting into it. And I started watching people breaking, like Card Vault, you guys. I was like hopping in breaks like left and right. So it's hard not to, man. It's just so much fun. And dude, the rest is history, man. I fucking love this. I love doing this. Yes, I love pulling people bangers, man. Like Tuesday this past week, like pulling the CR7, pulling the 1 of 1 Marquinhos, the R9 Ronaldo. That was the first R9 Ronaldo I've hit this entire year, believe it or not. And like hitting those types of players like that level is just, it's like the best feeling. And you guys know, like you hit that and you're just like freaking the F out. Because A, you're happy you hit it, and B, you're happy for the person that hit it. Yep. So like, Troy hit the orange CR7 with me, and man, he was pumped about that, and I was pumped for him, man. I was freaking out on stream. If y'all don't know, man,
the most energetic man on what?
So much energy.
This is the guy. This is your guy.
Yo, what do you do before the streams? Do you just like chug like a Red Bull or what? Is this just natural?
Natural, bro. I actually don't. I stopped drinking caffeine a while ago. Like I don't drink coffee. I don't drink energy drinks. I stopped all that a long time ago, man. Like what you guys see on stream is just like my genuine reaction to things. I'm just like I'm so like passionate and pumped about these cards that we're hitting, man. It's just like it's so much fun, and I want to return that to the people that are also like breaking with me at the same time, So like my genuine reaction mixed with like the vibes, the energy on stream, like it's something else. Y'all know, man. It's something else.
It's something else, and that's what I respect. Commend any other breaker who is also as much a collector, who buys into breaks, who buys singles for their PC, and is just like a part of the hobby in total. Do you ever hit up card shows? And if you do you go a lot with the intention of also having fun in like the flipping scene as well as like the collecting and just buying singles outright in person? You ever do that?
So I haven't been to a card show in a long time. When I first started, like the very first month I went to a card show, like a local card store card show. Unfortunately, in my area, the ones that are put on by like Tidewater and stuff like that, like there's only like 1 or 2 soccer tables. It's not a lot. It's really not big. Everything is baseball, football, primarily. So I tend to look to the internet, Facebook groups, stuff like that. If I'm, that's actually a good question. I haven't bought cards to like intentionally flip in a really long time. Like ever since like I went really heavy on the case breaks, like I've kind of like stopped doing that. And we talked about it a little bit last time as well, but a lot of I don't want to say a lot, most of the money, a lot of the money that I make from breaks goes like straight back into other cards. Like for example, I just bought this 1 of 3 Dybala Chrome that I got this from Football Breaker Will. Jonah and Will over there at Football Breaker. So shout out to them, man. So a lot of the stuff that I get goes right back into this stuff, man. And I have a blast doing it. Like honestly, I love doing it, man.
All right, to close us out here, one more point of discussion. I'm going to start with Benzini. Describe your perfect utopia for the hobby, a foreseeable future, maybe 6 to 12 months from now. Where can the hobby trend? What different points within the hobby, certain aspects, can improve to sort of overall improve the situation of the card scene, whether it be singles market, breaking market, soccer specifically, greater sport? What do you think? Do you have any thoughts on that, Ben?
I think like the main reason we all do this is to have fun, and I feel like recently there's either been like less fun being had, like a lot of either like complaining or just so much haggling. like in streams and whatever. But I feel like we're all in it to have fun. So I think that's where we have to like kind of switch our mindset. Is like we're here to have fun. Be happy if someone gets a nice hit. Unfortunately, sometimes you don't hit in the breaks. But yeah, just be like nice to people and like show them with like treat them with respect, like how you would want to be treated if you saw them like at a card show and you were trying to do a deal. I think that's like the best way to grow the hobby and like show the kids that this is something fun and you can grow with it. I think that's all I really have for. I think it's more of a mentality thing because everyone saw that the market peaked in 2020 and obviously now it's coming down. So hopefully, also wax will come down, but as capitalistic America is, we may never see a decrease in price for releases and stuff. So hopefully, they're a little bit better with release price, singles market. We need to see the singles market go back up. So it's like a cycle though.
Mm-hmm. Fair. Gryphon, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think one thing that has attributed to kind of like the lull in a sense that we've all been feeling the past couple months is probably just like the immense amount of releases and breaks that we were all crushing out throughout the last like 6-7 months or so. Like if you think about it, like how much was ripped, whether it was FIFA Select, like there was just a massive flood onto the market of cards, like insane cards too, like all the zebras from Select, all the tie-dyes, like if you think about it, like the amount of cards that went onto the market driving just prices down and down and down, like it makes sense. I think it's going to rebound personally going into next year. If they do the same amount of releases or more, I think it's not going to help the market, which we'll see. But I think the cards from this year that are down, like all the releases from this year, I think those will start to rebound a little bit because like hopefully they don't re-release Select next year. That's just my like personal preference because I would like to see those cards have like a break because I don't want to see Zebra year after year after year of the same exact player, just a slightly different style. That's just what I think. I think it's a very unique product that needs to be released like every couple of years or something like that. Kind of like World Cup, like World Cup Prism is only released every 4 years.
Well,
and
next
that's
year
like,
we might get Euros. We might get the Euros next year.
And that would be fun. Like that'd be a great product for people to like go in on because it's like a fun rip. Hopefully it's like decently priced as well. But I think like what people are feeling right now and experience is just burnout. In all honesty, I felt in all honesty like after doing so many case breaks, like probably like a month or two ago before Finest came out, I was even feeling a little burnt out myself, like with participating in breaks, with buying cards, with like doing all this stuff. I was like, man, like this is a lot. So I'm sure other people are feeling that, but like, I think from what I've been watching, like the singles market is kind of like starting to stabilize a little bit. So like cards are either, I've seen cards like sell from a month ago lower than what they're selling for today, which is like a good sign. So like they're starting to become like less and less on the market, so people are going out and buying those cards for slightly more over like the previous comp or something like that. So in my opinion, that's like a healthy sign of like what's to come.
Yeah, I don't know why Topps and Panini decide to just do this heavy 7-month cycle of just dumping all this product all at once instead of spacing out over the course of the year, right? And then you still have the problem of, you can get Julian Alvarez from 20 different sets if you want a certain number of all different sets. That's still going to be a problem. But it would be kind of cool if they did stagger every other year, like Donruss every 2 years. I mean, there are certain ones like Chrome, EPL Prism, these type that you expect every single year. But even Merlin every other year. Products like these to sort of make them more exclusive. That would be kind of an interesting test on the market to see how it impacts overall the soccer scene. Because you can pretty much get any rookie now or any player from about 100 different sets, it seems. And that obviously is going to be a pain in the ass on the singles price. And I know we talked about the disconnect with singles prices in wax already. Everybody knows what it's like now and kind of where we've been for a while. So hopefully we find a way to maybe get out of a junk wax era, if that's what you want to call it, and sort of maybe appreciate certain sets like Select by postponing them 2 or 3 years. But at the same time, there's got to be a way to sort of maybe promote specifically soccer for us. Like, how do we get more people into the hobby and sort of retain them without getting that burnout? And to some degree, you do have to just hope that the manufacturers are going to lessen their load, but I don't know. We'll see. So,
one thing I was going to mention is like with people getting into the hobby is just like watching other people do it. Like I think I mentioned this to you guys last time we talked. The reason I even like thought about getting into soccer cards primarily was, do you guys know Castro, like the FIFA streamer Castro? Long time ago, I watched him like rip packs and stuff like that, and he was into it. I was like, man, this is so cool. So like that stuck with me for a long time, and then I think I was like at Walmart or something one day, and I saw those blaster boxes for the World Cup. I was like, you know what? Like I'm gonna grab something. Like let's just see what it's about. And then like, but like that's what I'm saying as far as like. It only takes like one person to see it and then just be like, I want to try it, or like I want to get into it in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's like buying a couple singles, opening up some packs from like a local card store, joining some breaks, like just watching it is almost contagious, you know. So whether it's friends, family, people in your community, streamers, you know, it all helps. It all helps to see other people doing it, and that way you can get a gauge on like what to look for, what's cool, what's exciting, what's out, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, fair enough. Speaking of Castro, do you play EAFC or FIFA, or is that not your vibe?
I gave
He
it up.
Retired, he said, in the last one.
You gave it up.
I retired.
No
yeah,
time.
dude, I was a trader on FIFA for years, man. You guys know Icon Trader? Or, like, do you follow any of like the Twitter guys?
I don't know
who, like,
Icon Trader specifically, but I do follow
like,
some of the guys who like do trade the market and the transfer
Yeah.
market. Yeah.
For him, I was like a mod in his Discord, like his paid Patreon for like probably like 2 solid years, and helped out a lot of people because like the market cycles are pretty much the same year to year, and you can predict it almost as far as like investing in cards and stuff like that. But I did it for a long time, spent a lot of money, learned a lot of lessons. Ain't gonna do it again, unfortunately. I have retired.
Yeah, he's retired
Alright.
in EAFC. Hey, maybe a friendly one day down the road, a few years from now, you'll bring it
Yeah.
back, and we'll see. Good to know. All right. Anything else, Benzini? I think that's all I got. We really appreciate you joining Gryphon for the second time in like a week and a half. So glad we could have another discussion. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please drop a like if you're still with us till the end, and drop a subscription. And like I said, check out Gryphon if you, for some reason, don't know who he is on Whatnot. He's doing a big case break coming up this weekend. So appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon, brother. Take it easy, guys.
Sounds good, man. I appreciate you guys having me on again. Y'all have a great night.
Thanks, Griff.